What's up, comic fans and superhero lovers? It's the comic connoisseur coming at you again this week. And we're doing a little comic review this time. Alright, we're going to be reviewing issue 15 and 16 of the new THANOS series. Pretty insane stuff going on here, guys. We're going to have to break this down because there's a lot going on. Marvel got really dark, and I'm going to have to say I like it. And who is this new Ghost Rider, you ask? Well, we're about to figure that out. Alright, so basically, opening scene for issue 15 is he's talking about Ghost Rider's penance. Pretty much, so powerful is the regret from Ghost Rider's stare, so heavy is the woe that people carve their own eyes out, lest they ever sleep or be forced to see into their own shriveled black hearts ever again. So basically, we're talking about THANOS pretty much gaining control of Ghost Rider, you know, taking his head off and going through the motions of his past life, you know, what he's been doing, torturing, murdering, all that good stuff. And the crazy thing is, he actually enjoys the stare of Ghost Rider, which is pretty insane. So basically, in this new THANOS series, Thanos had to call the younger version of him into the future. He basically, you know, brought him to his current state, which I believe he's been going around for at least 1,000,000 years, something like that. He's older, he's seasoned, he knows he needs help, and the only one that can help him is himself. So basically, we're going to get some background on Ghost Rider here. Okay, so Thanos is having a chat, the older Thanos having a chat with his younger self, asking why, you know, he drug him across time. You know, he doesn't have time for riddles. And Thanos basically saying, you know, he's in love with death and the physical embodiment of death. And she is gone. She left him for some reason. I'm really not sure. But he says he's got one final foe. And he brought him here to help kill this thing. And then only then will she come to me. Only then will she be mine. And basically, he says the fallen one, which we will get to in a little bit. So this is where it gets really wild. So basically, he goes, "Hey, you know, why don't you come with me? I gotta feed the dog," is what Ghost Rider says. And Thanos says, "Sure, you know, I'm curious. Let's go down here. Let's you know, let's feed the dog." You know, they have a little talk here going down the staircase, and Thanos says, "You know, it's my understanding that the Rider only punished the wicked. You know, you seem a rather odd companion for me." And Ghost Rider tells Thanos, "You know, you sit in a barber chair long enough, you're going to get a haircut, you know?" You know, Thanos really doesn't get it, but he says, "You know, I used to only punish bad guys, but, you know, hanging around you for as long as I have, you know, you make exceptions." And this is where it gets really dark. So they go down to feed the dog, and who is the dog? None other than Bruce Banner himself, the Hulk. So as they're coming down to, you know, feed the dog, you know, you catch a couple things down here. You got Wolverine, his claw kicking it in the back. I think you got the helmet of Nova. You got Thor back there, Magneto, you know, what's left of Doc Ock. So, yeah, what's going on here? Well, Ghost Rider says, everyone's got a little darkness in them, and, you should have heard that came out of Steve Rogers' mouth when we fed him to the dog here. Man, oh man. They fed Captain America to the Hulk. You pretty much lose all respect when you're using other people as human garbage disposals. That's rough, man. And Hulk asked to be killed. Kill Hulk. Please. I mean, I would want to die too if I had to eat all of my friends. Man. So yeah, pretty much Ghost Rider talks about how he became pretty much insane, hanging out with Galactus for a while, a couple more million years hanging out with Thanos, and then he introduces himself. It's Frank Castle, and if that name sounds familiar, it's because it is the old Punisher is actually the new Cosmic Ghost Rider. Pretty BA. And it goes on pretty much the end of the issue here. Thanos says, I'm done, playing these games. I'm not your errand boy. While you lays away playing dress up, and pretty much Thanos is giving homage to Death, his former love. He has like an altar made for her, and he pulls out a blade, and it's Surtur's Twilight is the blade he pulls out. First debuted in issue 176 of Thor. Was forged by the demon Surtur to set galaxies aflame. So yeah, he goes, on occasion, the edge of war is almost upon us, and I am, and the young Thanos says, scared, and the old Thanos says, anxious to be rid of you. And young Thanos says, it's just you're a rather disappointment to me, surely you must understand. He goes, I come from a time where I've renounced the Black Lady, I'm no longer her fool, and to come here and see you still, pining after, is that right? Tell me, when you looked into the rider's eyes this morning, what did you see staring back at you? And then the old Thanos goes, yeah, I thought so. You were always her fool, boy. Always will be. You think you've given her up, but no one walks away from death, not even you. And he goes, when was the last time you saw your great love? Hundreds of years ago, thousands. I don't recall time anymore. The door flies open, basically, at the end here. And boom, the Citadel just getting shattered, and young Thanos, what is this? And old Thanos goes, I told you, boy, I did not bring you to the end of the world for conversation. It is time. The fallen one is here. And he goes, look, the young Thanos, look at you trembling at some lost herald. What have I become? And he goes, how far has Thanos fallen to need armor and a blade to face such a pathetic foe as the Fallen One? And old Thanos goes, oh yes, I suppose you wouldn't know, would you? Boy, you have never faced this foe, not like this. The Fallen One is not a being, not a man. Boom! It's a title, and that's Silver Surfer. And, he's got to upgrade, and this is continued, not in the next issue, but the one after. So yeah, basically you're gonna learn what Silver Surfer's been doing. He was Galactus's old herald, and while Galactus has been looking for Thanos, Silver Surfer was off becoming worthy to take Thanos on. And it gets into that deeper, in a couple later issues. I want to give you guys a spoiler alert, but then again, I don't. I love these comics, man. This is a really dark turn, a dark story, and I think it's great what they're doing here. And next here, we're going to be getting into issue 16 of THANOS, and it's basically how Frank Castle ended up being Cosmic Ghost Rider, and you know, it shows him rolling around with Galactus a little bit, and we're going to delve into that. So, you know, you're asking the question, so how did Frank Castle become Cosmic Ghost Rider? Well, this issue is going to lay all that out for you. Alright, so it basically starts off with, you know, Frank Castle background story. Wife and kids were shot right before his eyes. Led him to become the Punisher, a one-man war on domestic terror in every form it would take. Basically just a no fear having killing machine, hell-bent on revenge, and doesn't care what happens to him. We begin with THANOS. So basically this is like an alternate timeline if Infinity War just went completely south. Basically everyone dies. Frank was one of the last men standing when Thanos battled the Earth's heroes for the last time. Just such good storytelling. An empire's final battle is rarely recorded in its own history books, much less in those kept by its conquerors. And, you know, true to the sentiment to this very day, there are no mentions of this little war in the records that King Thanos keeps. So basically, let's just start off with the death, I guess, here. After all, you know, when one is murdering every sentient being in the cosmos by hand, a lapse in perfect record keeping can be forgiven. So Frank gets knocked out. You know, he's on the ground. Thanos is just destroying all the big names, Spidey, Doctor Strange, and I mean, he's tearing Tony Stark literally in half. So if it weren't for this, you know, his final thought, for the one hateful phrase that shot through his brain in his final moments, as he lay dying, staring up at the mad titan slaughtering his planet, Frank Castle thought one thing and one thing only: I would give anything to punish that purple son of a bee. To which the universe replied, anything? And he gets shot down to kick it with Lucifer. And yeah, so Frank the Punisher, you know, signed his first demonic deal and became Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. But as luck and a certain mad titan would have it, there was nothing much left in all of the world to punish or avenge. I mean, literally, days turned into years, decades turned into centuries, and as the unrelenting march of millennia drove on and on, the Ghost Rider did as well. He's just roaming, just endlessly, alone and undying, no one to love, no one to kill. He basically began to lose his mind. And then, that's when Galactus arrived. Obviously wounded. He didn't come to Earth to feed or destroy or fight. Not this day. He's basically pouring purple blood all over. He's been hunted across the stars by Thanos. Barely escaping, Galactus arrived humbled to the world where he had suffered his greatest defeats. He came for protection, for asylum. Someone, please help. He needed help, man. And who was here to meet him? The one and only Punisher, Frank Castle, Ghost Rider. No, you know, and everyone was dead, all but one. And, you know, Frank, hey, down here, someone really beat the out of you, huh? Yeah. So, you know, Galactus is like, where is everyone? And, you know, Frank lets him know, you ain't heard, you know, Thanos killed everyone, man. Just came and obliterated all the, well, really everyone, really. Yeah, I got killed too. I came back, though. I'm the Ghost Rider, spirit, you know, blah, blah, whatever. And since the world ended, he hasn't really been doing much. He hasn't missed a step, though, you know. A real quick question, are you real? Because he's delusional. He doesn't, it's just, he's insane. Yes, you know, Galactus says, I'm real. And he goes, yeah, so, you know, what can I do for you? You know, you came here screaming for help, so, what can I help you with? So Galactus told the Ghost Rider about Thanos' bloody campaign across the stars. You know, rumors that Thanos planned to kill even the Council of Watchers and the gods of the North. And finally of his own battle with the Destroyer, and how he only escaped with the help of his now, he believed, fallen herald, the Silver Surfer. So Surfer teleported Galactus out in the middle of the battle, and he figured Thanos just murdered him, just like everyone else. Not the case, as you saw at the end of last issue. Surfer's still around. He's back, and he's mad. So he goes, well, you know, damn, you know, looks like we both want that, you know, whole dead. And you tell you what, you know, you make me your herald and hook me up with them crazy cosmic powers and all that, and together we can go and punish that purple together. And you know, what, pray tell, is in this deal for Galactus? Well, you know, how about this? After I'm done with Thanos, you can eat Earth, you know, if you still want to. And I just gave Earth up to Galactus. Just eat it, man. Which apparently seemed like a good deal to Galactus. So, you know, they're roaming around, they're doing their thing. You know, they're searching the galaxy for Thanos and to halt his systematic annihilation of every sentient being in existence. So basically, they found him. You know, the roar of the engines became a beacon of hope to those still alive to hear them. You know, a faint, distant promise that perhaps not all was lost in the stars. And, you know, the heart of a hero still beats inside the chest of a dead man. Awesome storytelling. But then, you know, of course, bam, I mean, Thanos just straight decaps Galactus. Hardcore. And, you know, Thanos, I've heard tell of you, Ryder, you know, you defy death. You know, Thanos is, boom, just slams him, intrigued. You know, you think I'm the worst thing out here, boy? You know, I haven't even begun. You know, I can't kill you, you can't defeat me, but you come with me, Ryder, and at my side I will show you more evil than you can punish in 1,000 lifetimes. And with that, Frank Castle made his third and final deal with the devil, and in doing so became the Rider, the black right hand of the Mad King Thanos. And through all this endless death and rebirth at the hands of demons and gods, the countless infinities he has experienced, the incredible sights his long dead eyes have seen, after all of these things, if you were to tell Frank Castle where he would be standing when the universe came to its eventual inevitable end, he wouldn't believe you in a million years. And I mean, that's it, man. It's just the battle, you know, Surtur's twilight, and I mean, trying to take out the Surfer. I mean, you got two Thanoses here, you know, one future, one past, one Rider, trying to take down Silver Surfer. And I mean, it's a pretty awesome background. So you know, he asks for a little assistance, Thanos, so Frank lays down some fire. Thanos is like, could it have been this easy? Like, something's not right, man. No, you know, I don't care how many of you there are. This ends today, Thanos. It's long past time you answered for the lives you have stolen. And the surfer, he's mad. He's upset. And Thanos asks him, you know, all this time you could have killed me. If you could have killed me, why didn't you do it? And, you know, why did you wait so long? And Surfer says, you know, I was not waiting. I was working. Is that so? On what? And oh, what is this? There's some lightning? What's up? Oh no, I'm becoming worthy. Is that Mjolnir? Yeah, he's wielding Thor's hammer. Yeah, so we might get a little background into that, but it looks like he's putting the work on Thanos in the next issue. Is Surfer gonna win? Is he gonna, you know, get revenge for all of the fallen heroes? I'm not sure. I gotta go get this issue because I'm intrigued, and this is just a really good story. I hope you guys decide to add this collection of books to your collection. Definitely worth it. Awesome pieces. And let's see, next week I'll be doing a little giveaway, I think. So you know, tune in, check me out next week, and keep on keeping on, and I'll see you guys.